Oh, Roger.
I
There you
found
go,
the
Brenda.
yeah, I found it
Brenda, pay attention.
on the demo now too.
Pay attention. He's going to explain it.
That's your sled.
Got
This is
my
the
ink
sled.
pen. Okay.
And you can adjust in here for the different sizes of wood. You know, if you get a 1 inch board, it's not a problem. You get a 2 inch board on a wedgie sled, and you may not get it to fit in between.
Cool.
So what's the track called?
Just T-track.
D-track.
T-track.
Track.
This is actually
Okay.
made out of quarter inch
MDF. Particle board. Cheap shit.
yeah,
MDF. Substrate. What do you call it?
MDF.
Thank you.
MDF,
yeah,
MDF, yeah.
MDF.
Cool.
What do you use to make this the part at the bottom that goes through the track on the table saw? On
You
the
have a
bottom.
cleat? Oh, he's got a cleat. He made a
It's
cleat.
just a solid, a good hardwood, hard maple or
Mm.
oak, and you
And you
you know you
split
put that to. Go ahead.
and you split the end just a little bit, and you can put a screw in there. And then as it wears, you tighten that screw up, and that spreads this out tight.
Oh,
Got one on
It
each
locks the
end.
sled in. Wow, look at that. Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
very cool.
piece I got on there right now. I've got that part started, but it turned out it's too big. It won't slide through the
Hmm.
table saw.
The channel.
Brenda,
So,
I put a link for T-Track from Rockler in the chat there for you.
Track.
And there's this 12 segment
Oh,
wedge. And when I set it up, I set it up first on one side. It ain't gonna break.
Roger, don't hurt yourself.
Dude, got to stop laughing. That's not funny.
I ain't laughing.
Anyway, I set it
I
up
was a little bit.
flush with the edge.
All right.
That way, when you make your segments, there's not the big size differences. And if you need to space it wider, when you put the triangle in, you can put a board in here
Can't.
to get the space that you need there. Because if you bring it out here, you don't have as much contact on the triangle. So,
I'm confused.
yeah, me too.
What are you
I've
talking
got,
about on that, Roger?
I'm confused.
huh?
What are you talking about on that, Roger? I'm hearing a lot of confused comments.
On this?
Yep.
Shit, suck.
Okay, so that's your triangle is for a 12-piece segment,
Yeah.
12 segment circle. Okay. So you slide it all the way up to the end, and that's what you're going to cut off every time, right?
Then you bring it to where you can put the other one in. Or you can leave it here and put a spacer board in between here. But you have to make sure the spacer board is square.
I think the
And then
spacer
I've got,
board's getting them confused.
huh?
I think the spacer board's getting them confused on what you're trying to explain that
Well,
don't
it's
hang it
to
out
get
quite as
wider
far.
gap here.
Yes. That way the pieces won't be cut as long, right?
Right.
So if you don't need a 3-inch piece, you can put a 1-inch spacer in there, and then you're cutting a 2-inch piece instead of a 3-inch.
You know, I could change this.
Same angle. Okay, I see.
Well, you're not going to leave the wedgie in there when you're actually doing the cutting. You're using the wedgie to position
Right.
second
Right.
bar.
Right.
I see. I
Which
can bring
board
it
you would be
down.
putting in there. Okay.
So the triangle is
But
just
with
setting
the
the
bigger
angles
wedgie,
for each of
you
these
only got
support
about that
arms.
much room.
Okay. So then you're gonna
When he's
you're
talking
gonna put
about
a,
room, when he's talking about room is the amount that's going to be hanging out that's going to be going over to meet the saw blade to cut off. That's what he's meaning by room.
The reason for the spacer is just to make the center opening bigger. He's just putting it in to align it for the setup. And then he's
Right.
taking it out. It's never in there for cutting. It's just for setup. And that way it makes the opening at the end wider. If you just use the triangle, the opening at the end would be real narrow. Do you understand that now? He just put it in there to move it and keep in the same angle, but he wants to move it out further so he can get a board to go through easier in the center. It's the only
Because the
reason. So
setup
you never
triangle,
leave it in there to
say
cut
for,
with.
say for example, that setup triangle, the small end is only 2 inches for the setup there. And if you're wanting to segment a piece of wood that is 3 inches, you've got to have that 1-inch spacer on there to widen out those segment arms so that you got the same angle for the 12 segment wedge, but to allow for that 3-inch piece going through. Does that make sense to you guys now?
I think so.
Okay.
And you used toilet flanges,
Well, these are toggle bolts.
toggle bolts.
As long as the spacer you're using is parallel, you're okay.
That's correct.
Hey, Brenda, that link I gave you for Rockler, everything's included, minus the wood
Yeah.
in that
And
kit
what's
that
those? What's the clamps called?
Toggle bolts or toggle clamps.
Toggle clamps.
you can pick those up at Harbor Freight.
I ain't going to Harbor Freight.
I got a bunch from
Nothing there is
Amazon.
worth anything. What's that?
I got a bunch from Amazon, like 8 or 9 of them for I think $20, $25, something like that.